Hello, friends. This evening I'm going to meander through the alleys of San Jose Del Cabo. This is the area in San Jose where the tourists go a lot more frequently. Actually, this is, I think, I went a little further up towards the uptown and it was dead. Nothing was going on in terms of tourism and attractions. It was just regular, normal life. So this is where people usually come check out for a day trip. Lots of colorful, charming little restaurants. We're at the end of, I think, second week of January, so I feel and I predict that not a lot of tourists are hanging around, at least not at 5:30. I think it wouldn't be too crowded. I'll have another video where I would come down on a Thursday to record what art walk looks like, where we block off the streets and have sort of an on-street outdoors art gallery where a lot of artists showcase their crafts and paintings and all the rest of it. It's pretty cool, chill vibe, and very attractive. Also noticed several Italian restaurants in the neighborhood. I don't know if there's any particular reason. I've never been to any other parts of Mexico. Next week, next week will be my first visit to Mexico City. So I don't know if it's a common thing to have Italian restaurants around. Cigar aficionados, there are a few nice cigar shops in Centro Histórico with nice environment where you can relax and maybe light up one after a fatty, delicious meal. terms of souvenirs, I think this is a place you'll come down to grab a few for friends and family if you care to. And I've been told that always haggle for the prices. Don't just take their word for what it's worth. Okay, that's main plaza. The tourist attraction, a lot of photography going on. Not now, but overall. If you look on a map, it's pinned with a camera icon. The quintessential photography experience of the city. By the way, this place turns into a whole nother world at night. They turn the lights on. It becomes surreal. Go check it out. Cabos for a 1 week trip, maybe a 4-day stay in San Lucas and like a 2-day visit to San Jose will make sense to check out everything San Jose has to offer, unless you're actually a fan of art and the lifestyle here, where it would be totally worth it to stay longer. I'm staying for about 18 days and I never got bored. I never felt uncomfortable or unsafe. I'm staying in an Airbnb closer to Uptown. I guess you can call it Uptown, I don't know. Lots of jewelry shops and probably even more pharmacies. I don't know what the deal with pharmacies are here, but there's almost too many of them. Like this center is littered with pharmacies. I don't know how many sick people, like population. I don't think it's actually legit medicine that they provide you with. So for all intents and purposes, it might be another recreational stop.
I'm glad you brought caffeine.
And you wouldn't run out of snacks to eat. Like, you have little food carts and stands here and there. And you have ice cream shops around and lots of other weird things to eat. If you're a foodie, fret not, just come down. If I had a little more time, had done more research, I would have probably booked an Airbnb in a walking distance to this place, because it's just rad. It's very lively and fun and happy place. Very charming. This used to be a full Christmas tree. I'm gonna check out that narrow corridor over here, and then oh hey, and then so the person who just said hello, good friend of mine, he actually runs San Jose City tours. I'm gonna have it in another video, but unfortunately, because I didn't have proper microphones, didn't end up being of great quality of sound. Like, it didn't do justice to the tour. But what an amazing tour and terrific experience. It will multifold your joy and enjoyment and appreciation of this visit here. You'll learn a lot about history of this place, a lot about the architecture and reasons behind certain things, and you will probably learn a few trivia about where you come from as well, especially if you're an American. Okay, another Italian restaurant. All right, let's go. Through here to the street that walks you all the way to Costa Azul. I think it's the closest beach to the residential area, which in the Central Historical area, which is here. Yeah, I wish I had a better microphone. Actually, I'm gonna order one in a few days, because it really sucked when I realized most of what he said on tour was not super clear in the video. And he's a very eloquent, articulate gentleman. I mean, he's local. So he was born and raised here, and his grandparents, so they've been here for a few generations. And they're a nice souvenir shop. But apparently, since his mother used to mandate watching cartoons and animations in English, and was actually making a point to teach him English. He's basically bilingual. This is, I think, sort of the house of the city. I was able to get in once at noon or closer to end of work day. Again, I just checked it out. Nothing too special, but it was cool to see. Wow, this is really quiet today. And shooters for all you sports bar fans. Apparently, they broadcast, or actually they have European soccer games and American football and basketball. There are a few like that down the street. That's the closest one to Centro Historical, the plaza. Jewelry shops, restaurants. I guess, if I remember correctly, it'll be restaurants, jewelry shops, pharmacies, and just alternating all the way down the street. And it's only about 20 minutes, even for a relaxed stroll, to get there. A little unfortunate that these little cute shops are closed, but that doesn't take away from the charm of the street and the appeal of it. By the way, I don't know if you've ever wondered about exchanging your American or Canadian or local money for Mexican pesos, but I'm sure you all know by now, if you're watching this video, that definitely don't go to an exchange or any of these like exchange stations at the airport. You would get the worst possible rates in the world. Might not be that pressing of an issue, but when the ATM is right there next to you, why would you? Dairy Queen. I think there's also a Costco, a Walmart. Actually, there's a little pocket of the city where it's quite Americanized, and you can find a Walmart, you can find Subway and other chain fast foods, a few other chain fast foods. Also, I saw a Little Caesars over there too.
for the people. Nice to meet you. Are you from Argentina? I live in Mexico.
Argentina.
It's so crazy, this country. ¿Onda bien?
Congratulations on the World Cup, man.
Gracias. Muchas gracias.
That was amazing.
Messi, the champion.
I'm such a fan. You don't know.
I like Messi.
I love
He's a
him.
good person.
I love him. See.
Cristiano
Thank you.
Ronaldo is a good player, but
Not as good as Messi. Not as good as Messi. Definitely not. Take care, buddy. Another thing I shouldn't forget to mention is that there's also the estuary, one of the biggest attractions of this place. In that city tour, we were taught that there are actually over 250 species of birds concentrated in that small little area. You can't believe how small that area is. And there are like upwards of 5-6 species that are actually endemic and can only be found in that region of the world. Like that small few hundred square feet of space is special like that. And so you start, if you wanted to go that route, you would start at Central, like the main plaza. It's right next to the plaza. It's a dirt road. And you just take the walk parallel to the street, and you would see a lot of exotic, I guess, dazzling birds if you're a bird fan. Yeah, so now that I noticed that seafood tacos restaurant, I was gonna mention that one fun day trip also can be taking a sea fishing tour. Or is it called sea fishing? I'm not sure. Just a fishing tour where the drinks are included in the price. You would have unlimited beer, and they would hook you up with all the gear and everything you might need. It would basically sit on a chair and have your angle in the water and wait for the fish to bite the bait. And if you ever catch something, to help you reel it in. And once you reel that in, they'll clean it and chop it off for you, and you can drop it at a restaurant like that and have them cook for you for real cheap. It's not even comparable to price of seafood in these restaurants. And then you would have a great meal that you actually catch yourself. I'll probably get in and ask a few questions about their pricings and all. I'm interested in whale watching tours and maybe a snorkeling one. Let's see what they say. Be right back. Okay. Drinking time. Very popular bar among the gringos. Yeah, so basically the guy told me, because when I looked up online, whale watching prices are almost universally accepted as $90. And these companies try not to screw over each other by giving cheaper rates. Again, I've heard that you can haggle the price down. I don't know if it's actually possible, or maybe if you're going in a group. But this one, next to that drinking time bar, had whale watching for $50, and it's guaranteed watching the whales, obviously, and having great views. The only qualm with that is the $90 tours provide hydrophones where you can hear the whales real time talking to each other and like singing under the water. So that's kind of cool. And then you also have a professional photographer capturing the amazing moments where the breaches happen, or there's a spray out of water, tail flapping, and all the rest of it is captured, so you don't have to worry about it. You can just sit back and relax, put your phone away, just take it all in. But this one doesn't have photography, so it's almost $40 cheaper. No hydrophone, no photography. Also snorkeling tours for $55, and that is the food included, drinks are included. And I've heard that snorkeling in certain beaches and regions of the coast here in San Jose are some of the best in the world. I've heard it from people who have been to, they're actually professional snorkelers, if that's actually a thing, but that's what they told me. And they've been to places, so. Now, excuse the horrible lighting. Not the suitable lighting for my iPhone, but I think this is another hotel, a resort, under which there are a few, like there's a bicycle shop, sushi shop, seafood, pharmacy again. Man, they're really, pharmacy business is booming here. Another like fruit cocktail / ice cream shop. And so for bicycles, that one I asked before, and they got mountain bikes and electric bikes. And the cost of renting a mountain bike per hour would be around 21 American dollars. An electric bike is, I think, 30 something. And per day for mountain bike would be $300. Electric bike around 800, I think, if I'm not wrong. Even if I was wrong, I wouldn't be too far off. But I mean, to me, I kind of like screened out the electric bike part, because to me it doesn't feel right to ride an electric bike around, especially in the city. It's also, this will be one of the entrances to Costa Azul. That's the closest one. So when you come down the road, you cross the street, and it's right here in front of you. Go down here on the right is the resort, one of the resorts, and then that's the entrance. If you're lucky, you may actually even catch some glimpses of whales from the beach. Now, I want to walk for the first time, because I've never done along this street, to have the street view of the resorts as well. And most of these resorts, they have pools facing the ocean. So I don't know if you've done your research, but the water is not suitable for swim. It's not actually safe because of it's a little too wavy, even close to the shore. And even if you're a professional swimmer, you might not be able to handle it. It's a little tumultuous. So Vedanta. Vedanta looks cool. Yeah, could have read it right here. Yes, I hopped over to the side of the street to have more light. Apparently there's more going on this side. Those are just resorts. Like I said, the closer you get to the beach area, the fancier the bars and restaurants get. But I'm sure this souvenir shop is much more expensive than the one downtown.
Ya ves todo eso. ¿Sabes cómo?
Either my bag, one bag or the other.
How was this one right here?
Is it? Well, that's what's going to end up happening.
Pharmacy, surprise. Massages for 40 bucks. They really care about your mental and physical health. And tequila shop right next door. Case in point. We get on that slope, on that hill, see if there's anything beyond that, and probably, I'm guessing not. That'll be the road towards San Lucas. Then probably finish it up here because I'm actually very tired and hungry. That's Barcelo, the other famous resort. Yeah, I'll probably finish it right here. Thanks for watching. Yeah, so as expected, the vibe closer to the bay is starkly different from that of Centro Historical towards downtown. It doesn't even look like the same city. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm showing you footage of the top of the Cerro de las Chivas hiking path in San Jose del Cabo. There are a few hiking paths and trails around the city, and this is one of the shorter ones. I think it took me like 20 minutes to get up top here. And if I were to walk even more leisurely, probably would have been 30 to 45 minutes, depending on how quickly I come up. But anyways, quite smooth and chill, enjoyable. Grab a bottle of water, grab your company, your friend, and just come up here and enjoy the view. On your way up, you might get lucky and see a few rare species of birds. As you know, or you might not know actually, San Jose has an estuary that's home to upwards of 200, 250 species of birds. That's what I've learned from the city tours of Los Cabos, or San Jose Del Cabo city tours, which takes place daily in Centro Historical. And you can book your tour and get a good education on the history and current situation of the city. This used to be apparently a very small village that has expanded beyond fathom in such a rapid rate that even the people themselves still are in disbelief of how fast it happened. And so, as you can see, the landscape of the buildings are kind of white and bright, and that's for the most part, I think, because they need to keep the sun and the heat of the sun out, so they kind of have the white to, like, for the light to bounce off and not absorb as much heat. And again, this, I think overall, when you look at the whole country, this is one of the hidden gems still when you compare it to Cancun, because you can see, like, we're surrounded by mountains and beautiful landscape all over. And you also have the beach, the Pacific. You can might be able to even see the streams in the water. And if you get lucky, the whales come out here often from Alaska during October to, I think it was end of April or May. So yeah, you might be able to catch a glimpse of those as well. So it's pretty cool. It's a really cool city. I like it.